Genryūsai Shigekuni Yamamoto, the captain commander of the Godiai 13, stands as one of the most legendary and feared figures in Bleach. For over 1,000 years, he served as the Soul Society's ultimate weapon, an immovable pillar whose strength shaped entire eras. Among all his abilities, nothing defines his overwhelming power more than his Bankai, Zanka no Tachi, a force so destructive that even the Quincy King Yhwach feared its activation. What makes Yamamoto's Bankai so terrifying is its sheer intensity. Instead of creating explosions or giant flame constructs, Zanka no Tachi compresses every ounce of his fire, said to burn at over 15 million degrees, into the blade of his sword. This heat is so immense that the world around him begins to decay. Water evaporates instantly, the atmosphere cracks, and the ground crumbles into scorched fragments. Prolonged use would burn the entire Soul Society to ash, including his own soldiers. That alone places his Bankai on a level beyond anything any Shinigami has unleashed. Zanka no Tachi also grants Yamamoto several apocalyptic abilities. The raw heat gathered in his blade allows him to erase anything it touches from existence, leaving behind no trace, no remnants, and no possibility of regeneration. At the same time, his body is wrapped in flames so intense they form an invisible armor, making him almost untouchable. Arrows, weapons, and even spiritual attacks disintegrate before reaching him, unable to withstand the temperature radiating from his body. But Zanka no Tachi is not just a weapon of heat. It is a manifestation of Yamamoto's 1,000-year legacy of war. One of its most disturbing abilities allows him to summon the charred, skeletal remains of every enemy he has killed throughout his long life. These undead warriors march under his command, terrifying enemies with the ghosts of their loved ones and fallen comrades. Few techniques in Bleach combine raw devastation with psychological torment as powerfully as this one. And when Yamamoto chooses to finish a battle, he can channel all the heat of his Bankai into a single, catastrophic slash capable of obliterating nearly anything in its path. Even Yhwach's clone could not endure its force. This final strike represents the full, unrestrained fury of a man who has lived centuries on the battlefield, ending countless wars through sheer power. Yamamoto's Bankai is feared not just because of its different abilities, but because its very presence threatens the world. If kept active too long, Soul Society itself would be destroyed. Oceans would evaporate. The land would disappear. Millions of souls would crumble from the pressure and heat. It is a power so overwhelming that Yamamoto rarely used it, not out of caution for himself but to avoid annihilating everything around him. In the end, Zanka no Tachi stands as the strongest Bankai in Bleach because it combines absolute offense, unbreakable defense, emotional warfare, and world-ending potential. No other Bankai comes close to matching its destructive scale, and no other Shinigami can wield such a force. Yamamoto's life as a warrior, his mastery of flame, and his unshakable resolve all converge into this one ultimate technique. Genryūsai Yamamoto is not simply a captain. He is the embodiment of ancient fire, war, and dominance. His Bankai is not just a weapon. It is a declaration of absolute power, a reminder that he stands at the peak of Shinigami history, unmatched and unforgettable.